Baseball's big names play the All-Star Game Tuesday night on ABC Sports.
Well, congratulations to Raul Marquez, but this is the reason we're here. It's for this 12-round IBF World Junior Lightweight Championship between Eddie Hopson and Tracy Patterson. Well, the IBF Junior Lightweight Champion is perhaps the most unknown of the three division champs, which includes Gennaro Hernandez and Gabe Ruelas. But he has perhaps, I think, the brightest future. He's young, he's only 24, and he's got the quickest hands in the division and a wealth of experience in his corner with Lou Duva and Roger Bloodworth acting as his trainers. And, well, he does come out of a town that I do know a little bit about. Eddie Hopson was born, raised, and still lives in St. Louis, Missouri. And we'll find out whether or not that future includes a backflip and a victory today. For Tracy Patterson, on the other hand, today's battle is a chance for him to emerge from the large shadow of the man that has loomed over him, both in and out of the ring, both as a trainer and as a father. Former heavyweight champion of the world, Floyd Patterson. Tracy was born in Alabama, but came north with his mother in search of a better future. He became interested in boxing while hanging around Floyd's gym, and when his mother moved back home, Tracy decided to stay with Floyd to pursue the sport of boxing. Eventually, he was legally adopted by Floyd, and under his tutelage, Tracy looked impressive in winning his first 20 fights, eventually gaining a world rating, until he fought Jeff Franklin in late '87. After a tough fight, Tracy lost a close decision. But he came back strong and eventually won the NABF Super Bantamweight title in 1990. After this 8th-round stoppage of Kenny Mitchell in defense of his title, Tracy was ready for a world title fight. June of 1992, Tracy entered the ring for a shot at the WBC title held by Thierry Jacob of France, and he was not to be denied. In perhaps the most dominant performance of his career, Tracy destroyed the champion within 2 rounds, and in the process became part of the first father-son combination to win world titles. He went on to score 4 defenses of his title, including this hard-fought battle with Jesse Benavides, and was looking like the class of his division when he took on the challenge of unheralded Hector Acero Sanchez in August of 1994. Tracy got dropped early in the 2nd round, and although he fought back hard against a clever opponent, Tracy lost his title on a split decision, which led him to make a decision of his own.
Super Bantamweight Champion, Hector Acero Sanchez.
And my career came to a standstill, and I got sick of that. So that's when I decided that I wanted to take over my career and do the best thing that I could for myself, which I thought that my dad would understand, but he didn't.
When he was removed as manager by Tracy, Floyd refused to take a lesser role. And in his last fight, Floyd was not in Tracy's corner. The split has been painful.
Well, I haven't spoken to him in some time, but I'm hoping someday that we can sit down and put this thing behind us. I love him, and that's never going to change, and I hope he still loves me.
Alex, obviously extremely painful to both Floyd and Tracy, but Tracy's a guy that has to get into the ring here in a few moments.
Well, that's right. This is a heartwarming story that's turned kind of into a heartbreaking story. I do hope they get back together again. Floyd really is hurt about this, and we'll just have to see what kind of effect it has on Tracy. He's had one fight without Floyd in his corner, the only time in his entire amateur or professional career that was so. He's got a very good cornerman in Tommy Parks, but whether that chemistry in a big fight, there's Tommy Parks, who's handled a lot of excellent people, including Bobby Ches. Whether the chemistry between the father and the adopted son is broken and that creates problems for Tracy, I think we'll just have to wait and see how it comes out in this bout.
Well, that bout is coming up right around the corner, so stay with us. We'll return here to Reno right after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Here at Goodyear's biggest tire plant, we're gearing up for the tire sale you've been waiting for. It's our 25% off sale. Save 25% on selected Goodyear tires at participating retailers all across America. But hurry, this sale ends July 22nd.
Athlete's foot is a predator. To cure it all, you've got to kill it all. Today, there's Lotramin AF spray and powder with full prescription strength medicine that kills all causes of athlete's foot. Lotramin AF, the killer cure.
I'll have the chili.
Chili? You should know better.
And I'll have the fries.
Fries? You should know better.
And now I'll have the Mylanta.
Mylanta? You should know better.
You should know. Dose for dose, Tums Ultra neutralizes more acid than Mylanta regular strength. And while this has aluminum and magnesium...
Tums Ultra has calcium, something your body needs anyway. You'll like that.
I'll have a chili.
I know. I should know.
Tums. George Armstrong Custer. His life was full of conflict. He deserted his men to be with his true love.
They can live without me for a time.
Some say he fathered a child with his sworn enemy.
Are the women beautiful to you?
Son of the Morning Star, Sunday.
From the executive producer of NYPD Blue comes a powerful new drama. One famous lawyer takes center stage as he defends the accused in Stephen Bochco's explosive new series, Murder One, this fall on ABC.
Camry was a success story from the start. Acclaimed best car built in America. Its reputation for quality craftsmanship made Camry the gold standard. Of all the Camrys that have been built, nearly 2 million are still on the road today. And now the newly styled and refined 1995 Toyota Camry continues to write the book.
You may have noticed something new here on KXLY. That little picture in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, it's our new KXLY family viewing logo.
It's an easy way of finding shows you and your kids can enjoy together. You'll never fight over this remote control again. Think of it as KXLY's quality seal of approval on shows we know your whole family will like.
It's a premier idea for Spokane, and you'll find it only on one station.
Only on?
KXLY 4.
Keep an eye out for thunderstorms. More at 6.
Well, we're getting ready for the start of this 12-rounder for the IBF World Junior Lightweight Championship between Eddie Hopson and Tracy Patterson here in Reno. But a reminder, coming up tonight on ABC, a full hour of America's funniest home videos, followed by Lois and Clark. Then it's Gary Cole and Rosanna Arquette. They star in an ABC miniseries event, What Really Happened That Day at the Little Bighorn. Watch Son of the Morning Star, all tonight, right here on ABC. Well, both of these fighters are supposed to be very good listeners. They follow their instructions from the corner, and we had a chance yesterday afternoon to sit down with their cornermen and kind of listen in a little bit on what their strategies might be.
I know Tracy Patterson. I've known him quite a while, you know, ever since his dad was training him. He was a kid, and he's a good fighter. He's been champion a couple of years. You got to fight Tracy right. If you don't fight him right, you're liable to find your butt on the canvas.
Well, first of all, I think the opponent's very good. He's very quick. He moves both ways. He's sneaky. Not the biggest puncher there is, but it's hard not to hurt you. He's a good fighter. Tracy has to, obviously, take away his game, stay on him. When he moves, Tracy has to move, step up, and whack him.
I believe that Tracy will probably come out very fired up. He's going to be trying to knock Eddie out. He may even underestimate him a little bit, because when you look at Eddie, he looks like a little kid. and I hope he does.
Well, the best thing to do, obviously, is stay on him. And that isn't as easy as it sounds, but you have to do it. And if you step up each time he steps back, he's going to step back again. And so you step up again. It's a chess game. I want to give Patterson a lot of angles until he gets so frustrated with this guy here that he stands there. And once he starts going toe-to-toe with Eddie will find him because Eddie's a much faster puncher. I'm looking to use the jab a lot. I'm making Patterson miss a lot, but I'm making Eddie get him to make him pay for those air misses.
All right, Alex, we heard what Lou, Tommy, and Roger had to say. Meaningless. What do you think about this fight?
It's a tough act to follow. A lot of smart boxing minds at work there. There are no perfect fighters. Eddie Hopson is not a totally well-rounded boxer, but he's got exceptional hand and foot speed. He has not yet proven that he has a chin, that he has the strength and power, and that he has the physical confidence to go in and trade with a world-class fighter, and he'll have an opportunity to look at that today. In terms of Tracy Patterson, he has to avoid frustration. He can't look to load up. He has to make sure that when the movement starts from his opponent, Eddie Hopson, Tracy cannot get frustrated and stop punching. He's got to stay on top of him like his trainer, Tommy Park, said. It should be very, very interesting. As we said at the top, the champion is a slight favorite, but I don't think anybody who picks anybody in this fight, as you see Eddie Hopson, the young 24-year-old, coming in. It's hard to believe that he's in his 7th year as a pro, Dan, and he's only 24 years old.
It's hard, Alex, to get past the fact that Eddie Hopson has fought 26 times and really not fought anybody of world-class caliber really until today.
Yeah, he's fought some names that are world-class, but they were past their prime. Right. People like Troy Dorsey and Jesus Pole. But he just hasn't fought a good, strong fight in his prime, and I think he knows. You can see the look in his face. He's an exuberant young man. One of the biggest challenges for him is to relax in the ring, to harness that hyperactive nature that he has. He's got to learn to relax.
I remember a line from yesterday, Alex, when you asked him if he was jealous of watching other fighters get the success that he thought maybe was his beforehand. He said, yeah, I was jealous because they didn't have my skill and they didn't have my smile. This guy thinks personality goes a long way in boxing.
Yeah. He is a terrific personality. Whether he's a terrific fighter, we might find out today.
All right, let's get ready, rather, for the ring announcements. Let's go upstairs to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the Junior Lightweight Championship of the World, sanctioned by the IBF. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue, trimmed with white and red, and weighing in at 129 pounds. His professional record, 52 victories, 37 KOs against only 3 defeats, with 1 draw. He comes to us from New Paltz, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, former super bantamweight champion of the world, Little Caesar, Tracy Harris Patterson. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black, trimmed with red, also weighing in at 129 pounds. He brings a professional record of 26-0, 13 KOs from St. Louis, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, the undefeated boy wonder, Eddie Hopson.
Let's go ahead and check out the tail of the tape here. You see Patterson 6 years older than Eddie Hopson, and he has a reach advantage of 6 inches as well. Now the 2 weights, notice Patterson, they both weighed in at 129. They were re-weighed again today, 24 hours later. Tracy gained 6 pounds. Eddie Hopson gained 9. The IBF rules are the rules for the day. The 10-point must system is here. The standing 8 is not in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and only the referee has the power to stop that bout. And you'll recognize this man, Mills Lane, working his 76th title fight. And here we go.
Eddie Hopson, the southpaw, in the black trunks with his back to you. We keep talking about Eddie's hand speed. Tracy Patterson is known as someone with decent hand speed as well. And one of the big questions of the fight will be, will Tracy bring his hand speed up to 130, and will he bring his power up to 130?
Well, Eddie Hopson working with the black trunks with the red trim. Tracy Patterson in the blue trunks. He's got Caesar across his waistband. Eddie Hopson again, a southpaw, as we saw with Raul Marquez in the prelim. Good look at those fast hands of Eddie Hopson, who just ate a right hand from Tracy Patterson.
First significant punch of the fight.
Yes.
You may think that Tracy might have some trouble against a southpaw, but he's quick to point out that he beat a southpaw to win the title. He defended against 3 southpaws successfully. But the fact is, Dan, he's right, and he does seem to fight, does not get bothered by the southpaw style, but none of those southpaws came close to having the speed of Eddie Hopson, nor the movement.
You have noticed that there is precious little lack of movement from Eddie Hopson. When he stands stationary, it almost looks strange.
It looks strange, but it's a sight that his trainers, Roger Bloodworth and Lou Duba, would love to see more of. They think that he bounces too much, that he wastes too much energy, and he takes a lot of power off his punches because he doesn't get his feet set properly. There's a slap with the right hand.
And that's what that was a slap. It was a good counter punch, but really had nothing on it, just cuffed the ear of Patterson.
You saw Eddie try to turn the left over there as he got it in. It was at an awkward angle and didn't do much damage. He can put a left hand down the pipe with good effect. It's just that he doesn't plant his feet often enough to do it. If he gets comfortable doing that, he gets comfortable with less movement.
Come on.
Little warning to Eddie Hopson from Mills Lane.
As I was saying, if he gets more comfortable planting his feet and putting himself in danger, I think there's a little bit of self-confidence problem there, Dan. He just doesn't want to put himself in danger, although you wouldn't believe it as he's carrying his right hand down by his knee there. And you saw Tracy take advantage of it and hurt him a little bit.
You know, a nice little display there by Eddie Hopson. Of course, he never touched Tracy Patterson with any of that little flurry there.
But he kept him off long enough to recover.
The wind might have driven him back. You punch that fast, it creates a breeze. A very, very conservative first round by Tracy Patterson. He's got the look of a guy who expects this one to last a while. The end of the first.
Bud. Wise. Bud. Bud. Wise. Bud. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise.
Up there all night, man, it's always just been me and my music. The last thing I ever wanted to worry about were my dentures. I switched to Fix-It-In, so now I know I can start playing at 6 p.m. and swing set after set straight through the dawn.
Fix-It-In holds stronger, longer than any other cream, even after 12 hours.
You tell me I don't have to worry. That's like music to my ears.
For a stronger, longer hold, Fix-It-In and forget it.
Back now for the beginning of the second round here at the Reno Sparks Convention Center. I'm Dan Deerdorf along with Alex Wallow. We're here for this 12-rounder. Eddie Hopson, the champion, wearing the black.
And if you had any doubt, though, the people at home, good right hand again by Tracy. If you had any doubt at home about how to score that round, you should have heard Lou Duba in between rounds. As soon as Eddie Hopson sat down, he said, Eddie, he won that.
Whoa! What a right hand by Tracy Patterson. Oh, my gosh. Eddie Hopson can't hardly get up. Eddie Hopson still wobbly.
And he's still hurt and badly hurt.
Getting the count from Mills Lane is Eddie Hopson. At that time, a left put him down.
Hey, how you doing?
We're barely into the second round.
3 knockdown rule is not in effect.
Oh, look at Eddie Hopson just grab on, trying to save himself.
The 3 knockdown rule is not in effect, but I think if Eddie goes down again, I think Mills will stop it anyway.
Well, Mills Lane has never shown any inclination to let a fight go beyond its point, and Eddie Hopson just trying to get it back.
This is by far the worst Eddie Hopson has ever been hurt. That's a 3rd knockdown.
3, 4,
Eddie can't keep his feet under him.
Again, it's not in effect. The standing 8 is not the 3 knockdown hold is not going to save. And there goes Eddie Hopson for the 4th time in a fight.
That's it. One big right hand. Eddie Hopson never returned.
Tracy Patterson, once again, a world champion. For over 2 years, he held at 122 pounds, now at 130.
We questioned Dan coming in if he would bring his power from 122 up to 130. He brought it, and he looked, if anything, more powerful.
It was started by a right hand by Tracy Patterson. I got excited and called him Tracy Harris Patterson. It's just Tracy Patterson now, and what a right hand put Eddie Hopson away. Hopson got back up, hung around for a while, but did not survive that right hand.
Let's take a look, Dan. We're going to go take a look at the first knockdown, and this really was the fight. This really was the fight. Eddie Hopson moving to his right, and boom, right hand dropped him flat on his back. Eddie very gamely tried to continue, got up every time and answered Mills' line. He's number 2 on the ropes. Makes Tracy miss the first punch, reacted well to it, but came in with an inside left, and down went Eddie again. And this is the last knockdown.
Actually, it's a big
Eddie
number 4.
trying to fight back, 4th knockdown. Eddie trying to fight back. Right hand misses, but it did enough to... Tracy just had no legs on him. That wasn't even a punch. And Mills Lane, Dan, I think it's safe to say, Mills Lane stopped it, not because of that knockdown, but really because he was in no shape to continue to face any more punishment.
We want to remind everybody that we're going to show you the epic battle between Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns when they fought to unify the welterweight title almost 14 years ago. This is worth watching again. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back to Reno right after this.
You know, Linda's been my barber, stylist for years. Months. And a while back, she told me.
Stop squirming.
No. She said I should do something about my flakes. I said, get a new barber? She said, get new Head and Shoulders. I said, you're serious? She said, yeah. Now it has Micro D, which fights flakes better without stripping your hair of the oils it needs. So my hair feels soft. No flakes. And I owe it all to my stylist.
New Head and Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
It's never fun to eat and run, to rush and eat too fast, 'cause you know it's gonna catch up with you at last.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Do you have a problem with food sticking to your barbecue? Just spray all-natural Pam on a cold grill, and your problem will go away. Pam makes barbecuing less sticky.
Get ready for hot rods in the heartland. They'll burn up the strip in Kansas at the NHRA Western Auto Nationals. Next on ABC.
Well, Tracy Patterson has done what he thought he was going to do, but he's shocked a lot of people in the process. Let's go upstairs now. We'll get the announcement from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, following 4 knockdowns, referee Mills Lane calls a halt to the bout. The official time, 1 minute, 37 seconds of round number 2. The winner, now a 2-time world champion, now the IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Little Caesar, Tracy Harris Patterson.
Tracy.
Thank you.
Tracy,
thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, but we'll just take 1 second. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The question, one question, a lot of questions coming into this fight, Tracy, for you and for the people, the fans of boxing watching you. First of all, one question was, did you bring your power up from 122? And clearly, you looked even more powerful at 130 pounds.
Okay, before I answer anything, I want to give thanks to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the strength and the courage to come out here tonight and do this. Yes, I did bring my power up. I was killing myself for the time that I stayed at 122, and going up in weight is only going to help me.
You have a fabulous record against southpaws. When did you sense you could hit him with the right hand and do damage?
Well, I can hit any southpaw with a right hand. You know, that's what they're open for, the straight right hand. And that's what we worked on in training, and it worked well for us today.
Tracy, this is the biggest fight you've had without your adoptive father, Floyd, in the corner with you. I know he's watching the fight. What is your sense of feelings about your relationship with him at this point?
Well, all I really can say at this time is that I love my dad, and if you're watching, I know you. I'm going to tell you right now, I love you, and I'm hoping when I get back home we can get together and put this thing behind us. I love you, Dad, and also happy birthday to my mother. I love you.
Let's take a look, Tracy, if we can, at some replays. I'm sure I don't have to convince you too hard. This is the final knockdown. This actually wasn't really much of a knockdown. He never recovered from that first right hand. That one missed, but you hit him on the back, and his legs were so gone at that point that he went down. Now we're going to go down to the heart of the matter, which was the first knockdown, the first right hand. Tell me what you're thinking right here, if you can remember.
Well, right now, I think I caught him with something a little earlier before then. I saw him wincing a little bit, like it was hard for him to see. So I figured it would be a good time to try to drop something real serious on him, and that's what I did.
Do you have any philosophy when you're trying to finish a man who's hurt like this?
Well, I like to take my time a little bit more than what I did here. But as hurt as he was, I was just trying to land something. And I knew I could get him out of there.
And you did. Once again, let's take a look at the end right here. Once again, you missed with the right, but he was so unsteady. Tracy, you're a two-time world champion now. What are your goals at this point?
Well, my goal is to defend this title as long as I can, you know, and I feel that as long as I stay healthy, God able, willing, I can hold the title for some time.
Congratulations to you. Thank you very much. Now let's find the former champion who lost in his first title defense, and there you see the two men. Eddie, I know you feel like the roof just dropped out. Tell me what happened. You got hit with a right hand in the second round, and you just didn't recover.
No, I did not. I just didn't recover. I'll be back, though. I'll be back.
What did you, I mean, it's a stupid question, I guess, when the man's just, and I really hate to ask this, but what was different from him than what you expected, Tracy? What weren't you able to, I'm sorry, Eddie, what weren't you able to do that you thought you could do coming in to defend your title?
I did, that came out wrong. I just came out, I'll be back, though. I'll be back.
What happened now, when we told him this guy's going to be throwing right hands at you. When you jab, don't drop your left hand. If you'll notice, he hit him with the right hand while he was jabbing, and he had his left hand over here. I said, if you throw the jab, I'm saying move on the side, but throw that left hand at him. So you block the right hand. But he jabbed, and he dropped his left hand, and that's when he threw a right hand at him.
So you've heard Eddie talk about the fact that he will be back. Can you put a guy back together after this? I mean, I know, you know, Eddie is such an emotional guy. What do you do to put him back together after something like this?
Well, mentally, he's got to find himself, you know. And then when he's ready to come back, he'll call me up. He'll be back there, you know. And this kid has his first loss, and who knows, there may be more. But I think he's going to come back, and maybe he'll be a better fighter. Maybe he'll pick up some of the stuff that Roger and I have been trying to show him what he wanted to do. It's a loss. What can you do? The guy hit him with the right punches. He didn't do the right thing he was supposed to do. You can't fault the guy, and you can't fault Tracy Patterson for winning the fight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for talking to us, Eddie. I appreciate it. Now let's go back to Dan Deerdorf at ringside.
All right, Alex Wallow, thank you very much. And again, a reminder, coming up, we're going to take you back to 1981 to show you this fantastic fight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns. Let's go back and watch what happened in the second round. Here's the first one. This is the punch that started it and ended it all at once. Right there, a complete bullseye by Tracy Patterson takes Eddie Hopson out. He got back up, was just trying to hang on for dear life. Got up against the ropes, and here comes the second knockdown. And this is really a short left, but Eddie Hopson was on his way down anyway, and Mills Lane in to separate the two fighters. And then finally, mercifully, it ended here. Not much of a punch by Tracy Patterson. Eddie Hopson was all gone by then. So congratulations to Eddie Hopson. Obviously, Alex, he took that power with him when he went to 130.